A nation forged in Revolution 1776 to 1803. The United States of America's journey began with a bold declaration, the Declaration of Independence in 1776. This document proclaimed the 13 colonies' separation from Great Britain, sparking the American Revolutionary War. The colonists, led by figures like George Washington, fought for their right to self-governance. After years of struggle, they secured victory with the Treaty of Paris in 1783, formally recognizing American independence. The newly formed nation faced the daunting task of governing itself. The first attempt under the Articles of Confederation proved inadequate. This weak central government struggled to address the young nation's challenges. This led to the drafting of the United States Constitution in 1787. It established a more powerful federal system with a balance of power between the branches of government. The Bill of Rights, comprising the first 10 amendments to the Constitution, was added in 1791. This ensured fundamental rights and freedoms for all citizens. George Washington, the revered commander-in-chief during the Revolution, became the first president in 1789. His leadership provided stability and set precedents for the new government. In 1803, the Louisiana Purchase under President Thomas Jefferson doubled the nation's size, opening up vast territories for westward expansion. Growing pains, expansion and division, 1803 to 1877. The 19th century witnessed the United States' dramatic expansion across the North American continent. Fueled by the concept of manifest destiny, settlers moved westward, seeking land and opportunity. This expansion, however, came at a cost. The forced displacement of Native American tribes led to conflict and suffering. Moreover, the issue of slavery, deeply entrenched in the Southern economy, became increasingly divisive. The election of Abraham Lincoln, a staunch opponent of slavery, in 1860 proved a turning point. His victory ignited the secession of Southern states and the eruption of the devastating Civil War in 1861. The war, a brutal conflict that pitted brother against brother, tested the nation's very survival. Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation in 1863 declared the freedom of slaves in Confederate territories, making the war a fight for human liberty. The Union's victory in 1865 ended slavery and preserved the nation. The subsequent Reconstruction era, 1865 to 1877, aimed to rebuild the war-torn South and integrate freed slaves into society. However, the process faced resistance and violence from white Southerners. The promise of equal rights for African Americans enshrined in the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments remained largely unfulfilled for decades to come. Industrial rise and global power, 1877 to 1945. The late 19th and early 20th centuries witnessed the United States' transformation into an industrial powerhouse. Technological innovations such as the railroad and electricity fueled economic growth. Cities swelled with immigrants seeking a better life. However, this period also saw the rise of monopolies, labor unrest, and vast disparities between the rich and poor. The progressive movement emerged in response to these social ills. Reformers fought for workers' rights, women's suffrage, and government regulation of big business. The United States, initially reluctant to get involved in foreign entanglements, found itself drawn into World War I in 1917. The war's aftermath left a profound impact on American society, ushering in a period of economic prosperity and cultural change known as the Roaring Twenties. The Great Depression, triggered by the stock market crash of 1929, plunged the nation into its worst economic crisis. President Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal programs aimed to provide relief, recovery, and reform. The rise of fascism in Europe once again drew the United States into global conflict with the outbreak of World War II in 1939. The war's end in 1945 left the United States as a global superpower poised to shape the post-war world. The American Century and Beyond, 1945 to the present. The aftermath of World War II ushered in the Cold War, a period of geopolitical tension and rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union. The two superpowers engaged in an arms race, ideological battles, and proxy wars around the globe. The United States emerged as a leader in the Western Bloc, promoting democracy and capitalism. Domestically, the post-war era saw the civil rights movement gain momentum. Led by figures like Martin Luther King Jr., African Americans fought for equal rights and an end to segregation. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965 marked significant victories in the struggle for racial equality. The latter half of the 20th century witnessed major technological advancements, including the space race, which culminated in the United States landing astronauts on the moon in 1969. The fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 and the subsequent collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 marked the end of the Cold War. The United States emerged as the sole superpower, facing new challenges in a rapidly changing world. The 21st century has brought about new challenges, including globalization, terrorism, climate change, and technological disruption. The United States continues to grapple with issues of economic inequality, political polarization, and its role in a multipolar world. As the United States navigates the complexities of the 21st century, its journey remains a testament to the enduring human spirit of striving for freedom, justice, and a better tomorrow.